Hello everybody, hi, welcome, namaste. So today we'll start in a child's pose, so go ahead and come down onto your knees and sit back on your heels. Lengthen your torso forward with the arms in front of you, breathing slowly through your nose, down your spine, out of your nose as you're exhaling slowly, continuously in and out through your nose to soften your body, relax a bit deeper. We'll come up onto all fours. Take a puppy dog stretch. Allow the hips to be above the knees. Tucking the toes under. Let the heart melt down. The arms lengthen forward. Breathe in and out. Spread the upper back and the chest wider. You can almost round the lower back. As you're arching the upper back, you're almost rounding the lower back. Continuously like that. Slowly coming up from here. You're coming up, when we come up to having folding the sticky mat here in front of you. Then you got your blanket behind you. You're going to put your feet, your toes on the blanket. And then see if you can slide back, landing on your elbows, and then press up to the plank position. And glide back and lay on the elbows and coming back up and glide back and lay on the elbows and lifting up and glide back and lay on the elbows and up and gliding back. So you're just kind of going front and back, lift up, exhale, gliding down, coming up. And standing forward, fold on the blanket. You can let the hands interlace behind the back, reaching the arms forward. Breathing mindfully through your nose. Maybe wrapping the arms around the back of your legs. Well, again, we're going to slide the elbows down onto the sticky mat. And again, this time keep the forearms down. The head is lifted and you're just sliding in like a dolphin, into a headstand preparation as you're sliding forward. Keep the forearms grounded, the elbows grounded, the wrist grounded. The head is just hanging between the arms as you lift and pike your pelvis up. And as you slide back down, the head lifts and the head will just hang between the arms. Maybe you could put the head down and see if you can almost lift your feet. And then you glide out and glide in and see if you can almost lift your feet up. You can glide your feet all the way in, tickle again, standing forward, fold, interlace the other index on top, stretch your arms back over towards the space behind your back as you breathe in and out. Feel the thighs are moving up, the chest going down. Letting the arms slowly come up to standing. And so from here on, we're just going to take a blanket and you're going to roll up the blanket on top of the right thigh. Put into that hip crease of the right thigh and hip. Putting the forearms down, really seal the forearms as your hands are interlaced and the elbows is as wide as your shoulders. And you ground down into the forearms and the wrist area and your elbows. And the blanket came out, but you want to try to hook it in there in the hip crease. As much as you can, hook it in. Again, I put my top of the head down. I keep the right leg bent with the blanket as I walk the left foot in. You try to get your hips up. So you come up high on your left toes, maybe lift the left leg, squeeze the blanket with the right leg there as you lift up the left. Right, squeeze the blanket, maybe lift up the bottom foot. Doesn't have to be very high, just up and down with that bottom foot. Once you've done that a few times, you can switch side maybe 5-6 times and then do the other side as well. Forearms are grounded, head is on the mat, you're walking in, you're bending the left leg and putting that blanket there as you're moving up and down. Lifting the right foot up and down. Breathing down. Good. Strong. You're going to use the inner back shoulder. You're going to lift the inner back shoulders. Root down through your forearms. Root down through your wrists. Come down and rest here. So once more, we'll try on the right leg. Fold over it. And again, you lay the forearms into the mat, top of the head down, walk it in, keep the right leg there squeezing, the left leg comes up and down. You can always go to the wall, right? But it's a good one to kind of practice this one in the center of the room. Eventually, perhaps both knees can bend. Coming down to rest. As we play with the second side, again, the left leg is squeezing the blanket and the right leg may come up and up and down a few more times. As you take a little rest. You can remove the blanket. Again, you interlace your hands behind the back of your head. You walk in the feet. Squeeze the legs in. Maybe both legs can come up. You see how the knees are still bending over the hips. And then from down you can try to straighten the legs up. Grow the booty up towards the heels. Take the sternum towards your navel. Root down through your forearms and your elbows and your wrists. Lifting the inner back shoulders. The breath continues going in and out. And then you can come down when you feel you had enough. Again, remember, you could always use the wall at any time. Now you're going to open up the mat. I'm going to take it over to the wall. So I'll come down on all fours, hands and knees. And then you can have your feet touching the wall and then set your elbows down. Walk your feet about halfway up the wall so you can see it straight out from the hips. Still want to lift the buttocks up, and then you might take one leg up to the sky. Support yourself with the wall there. Crown the head is grounded, the inner back shoulders are lifted, your outer hips are lifted. You're stretching up. And you can always switch your legs. You might even feel good enough to take, if you feel ready for it, you can lift the other leg too. Of course, you can also do turn around so that the back of the spine against the wall. Come into a down dog when you're coming down from that inversion. And so you're in a down dog, just stretching your arms and your legs in down dog. Moving the thighs back. Lifting the inner back shoulders, stretching your arms long, stretching your spine long. Feel the buttocks are going towards the wall, the buttocks are going towards the wall. As we're coming down onto our knees, grabbing 2 blocks, placing one block on top of the other, stack of the blocks. One block is the highest, and the other one is laying over that block against the wall. Again, here's where you can see the blocks. Again, you have the lowest one on the highest height, and the second one is laying on top of that against the wall, and then you walk it in, step in so you can bring the back of the spine into the wall. The hands are interlaced around the bottom block, and the forearms are grounded, and the wrists are grounded, like we did in all the other drills today, the forearms and the wrist. Now the feet can be on the wall, the feet can be away from the wall, your head is actually hanging between the arms, the head is not down on the mat, it's hanging. Again, you can lift the feet away from the wall if you got the balance. You're literally pressing the back of the head and the back of the shoulder blades and the spine against the blocks. Yeah, even though the shoulder blades are really not on the block, but the spine is on the block. And you're laying into that as you lay down the forearms and your elbows and your wrist into the mat. And lengthening up through the legs, stretching up through the legs. Lifting the inner back shoulders. And then you could also sit back onto your heels. Onto your booty is what I'm trying to say. You could sit on your booty against the wall. Stretching your chest out from that wall. And you can slowly come down and take a rest. Of course, you can do this as many times as you want, you know. You can go up and down and redo this over and repeat it over and over again. And that's how you're building strength and endurance and stamina. You might even place the blocks. With the blocks there, you can come into like a little cobra version. Moving the ribs of the chest in towards the blocks. And lay up against that. That's a nice stretch. Make a cobra, like an up dog. Just allow that to open up. As you come out of it, you could take a puppy dog stretch. And breathing, yeah. In and out. And of course, these things you can do over and over again to create strength. You know, with the blankets and the wall. And different versions. Inversions, you know, as you like to do that. You can take yourself into a seated fold here with the legs nice and straight around the blocks. Elongate your chest down over the legs and breathing there. As you're folding here, you're just compressing your frontal ribs in and your tummy muscles in to fold a little bit deeper, but also lengthening out over the legs, and to lay the hamstring into the mat, lay the calf into the mat, laying the back of your legs, your buttocks into the mat, coming up. And so you can just sit and a cross-legged, and I'm just saying goodbye here, because you can do whatever you want to do from here on. You could do a little twist, you could do a little hip opener or shavasana, or I think that was all I wanted to do today for this class. So yeah, enjoy, have a great rest of your day, and lots of love. Thank you for being here.